Assalamualaikum, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we have step season nombor 2 bersama Adli. Alright, Adli, jadi sesi santai, cuma kita nak tahu lah based on our viewers, kita orang punya audience sekarang ni, more toward youth yang nak mencari inspirasi, want to know more about macam mana involvement you as a student before this jump into your dream work lah as an artist kan. So maybe you can tell a bit more who are you and what do you do.
Okay, my name is Adli. I mainly do paintings, you can say visual artist lah. But at the same time, I also make music. So I've had experience in both fields. So I studied fine art, so that developed my creativity. But then I don't look at creativity as in it's confined into just one medium. So I'm always keen with like trying to apply the idea of creativity with other mediums as well. That's why I get into music, I get into painting. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Yeah, I feel like everything is related. Art is just, I think the reason why I wanted to study fine art in the first place is because I wanted to understand the core of what art is. So the reason why people do what they do, why people make what they make. And I think once you understand the psychology of like how things are being done and how things are being made, you understand the language of creativity, you can apply it to any medium. Doesn't matter if it's music, doesn't matter if it's painting or drawing or sculpture, architecture, poetry, it's all the same thing. It's just art is another way of communicating. It's just a way of communicating. You can communicate visually, you can communicate through music.
Yeah.
So it's just communication. How do you kind of like package things that you want to say into a thing, into an object.
For whoever doesn't know Mr. Adli, you can look at Adli or Leo Ari in YouTube. Look for Manic Panic. It's very cool video. That's why I'm asking about how you combine arts and music, because when I watch the video clips, I feel like it's a combination of both. You try to portray some of your arts directions in terms of producing the music clips.
I see.
So, is that the objective of that video clips?
Yes, definitely. But I cannot take all the credit to myself because I produced the music. But then when making the video, I was actually collaborating with a friend of mine, Fahim Fahim. He is also a creative and he studied motion graphics. So my task at that time was kind of like to be able to communicate with him my ideas so that he can translate it in his own way. So this is a very good point actually, because I do believe that as creatives, sometimes we are so caught up in working in our own little bubble. We forget that, you know, to achieve, to improve ourselves, we need to work with other creatives as well. So with a project like that, like I know my limitations. I can make music, I can make paintings, but video might not be something that I'm so good at. So to achieve the results I want to achieve, I had to collaborate. This is a very, very deep and very, how do I say this? Because this question, as an artist, you will always question yourself throughout your lifetime. There are moments that you will always question yourself, like, why are you doing this actually? So this question will pop up constantly. But I think right now, where I'm at right now, I think it's the fact that your daily life, I realize that my daily life, every day you're governed by rules. You're governed by, stop at the red light, let the people cross at the zebra crossing, the arrow says go straight, so you go straight, And this thing, where you're allowed to do whatever you want. The only probably like piece of like liberty that's like real in this world. And so I value that. I value the fact that this space, you know, when I start with an empty canvas, is like I can do whatever I want. But doing whatever I want also comes with responsibility. I think this comes with age. You realize that, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but what are you going to do? So that is why I chose art. You're allowed to become who you want, but you are also, you have to realize that you have some sort of responsibility. So I think that's one of it. Yeah. Wow. I think my favorite part of my job is the fact that I'm able to bring some joy to people's lives by just being me.
How you make it?
Because when I make paintings and then I get these good responses, people who acquire my paintings and they say, oh, you know, thank you, you know, and this helps brighten up my day, and that's it for me. Because when I do my paintings, I'm just expressing myself, and the mere fact that it helps people is the best gift lah. I see. Okay, this is a very long topic juga, but I'm gonna try and make it cohesive. I think right now art is at a good place in Malaysia, and I think a lot of people are more appreciative of art. And the reason is, I mean, we have to be realistic. We have to look at the socio-political condition of a country as well to understand how art can flourish. Because as a country, the basic needs for a human to survive, to live, to be able to live, is food, water, clean water, food, and house, you know, all of that. And then art comes later. I think, and we're a relatively very young country, so we have reached a stage. Probably our parents, my parents, have gone through that stage where, you know, it was work, but their children have come to a stage where they can actually enjoy life. Because fine art is something. I mean, realistically, it's something that is a luxury.
That's right.
You know, so for somebody to be able to appreciate something beautiful, they have to have enough money, enough water, enough food, and then they can think about beautiful things. So I think right now Malaysia is at a very good place. Even though, yes, conflicts, but conflicts comes with growth. So political conflict, this, you know, all that comes with a growth of a collective society. So and this crisis, all these things that are happening in the world, socio-politically, is also influencing the artists.
Understand.
So it all works like that. It's clockwork, you know. So it's just the right time. I think you can say that an artist needs to be an example of freedom and responsibility, like I said just now. These are the type of people who have the freedom that they have, but you also have to look at, okay, what do they do with their freedom? And that will be a very good example to people, you know, what you should do with your own freedom. Secondly, I think art has the power to heal. Okay, so as an artist, you can choose. You choose what type of art you want to make. You want to remind people of ugly things, or you want to remind people of sadness, or you want to bring joy to people's lives. So that's it. I mean, but there's no right or wrong. You know, you can actually choose which path you want to take, because at the end of the day, it's about you, right?
Correct. Yeah. You try to express yourself.
Yeah. In Malaysia,